Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new and those who are returning, before I get into this reading, I just feel called to do it. It's been a while since I've done one, but we're gonna do one today. See what comes up. It feels like it's time to do a reading. This one might be a little tender, a little bit touching on some tender points. Okay. So keep in mind, you need to use your discernment and your own intuition as to whether or not a reading is for you. It's important, to try to not jump between too many different readers because everyone's in different frequencies. So I don't know why I feel the need to say that. I feel like some individuals might be frazzled, anxious, scared, in shock. They don't know what to do with the energies that are going on, or their wounds are being triggered. So please use your discernment. Take your time. Don't make any rash decisions. And remember, readings are great. They're amazing, but they're collective at times. And you need to do what works for you. Okay. So I'm just saying that so that you protect your energy and you don't jump on things too quickly. Yeah, that felt good to say. Somebody here, at least one person might be overwhelmed and feeling a need to kind of like make things just work out or go away, or yeah. Okay, that's enough for that. So today I'm going to start this reading with the Druid Plant Oracle, which is going to be the last deck I shuffle at the moment. So we're just going to do that together. I like doing this together so everyone sees it. This is my way of doing it. It takes an extra minute, but it's fine. The energy feels like we're in a period, at least for who this is for, we're in a period of change. We're trying to figure out how to integrate things in our lives. We're trying to figure out what works for us. Okay, this card. Restoration. Okay. So we have Restoration as our first card from the Druid Oracle, Druid Plant Oracle. And Restoration is about the Restorers, is what it's called, technically. But it has the St. John's wort and two other important flowers, which I'm going to read from the book. I forgot what they're called. But this is really about taking the time to pause, retreat, from the ongoing practice of just living life, and needing to restore yourself and your heart and your energy, and really, it's very important, You can have periods of growth, but you really need periods of rest, and sometimes those periods of rest are going to be very long, and you need to be okay with that. Or, if you feel that this is for you, right? Okay, so let's read this. The Restorers talks about the medicines of St. John's wort, valerian, and roseroot. For those of you that don't know, St. John's wort is a beautiful mood booster. It's very, very good for the soul. Valerian is a sleep aid, and actually I've had valerian root. It does work. And then you have roseroot, which, to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what that one does. I've never had that one. So, okay. The Restorers are a trio of ancient and indigenous plants of the Druid sourcelands, which act to restore the balance between body and soul, healing the heart and mind with their calming and strengthening powers. Rose root is found in the mountainous regions of Wales and Scotland, and on coastal cliffs in the northwest of Britain. Valerian can be seen throughout the countryside, in moist ground and ditches, on riverbanks and wet meadowland. St. John's wort prefers dry woodland and meadows. This card shows a druid healer in her bothy. A bothy, I assume, is some hut, sitting beside the fire. Through the open door, we see the Scottish Highlands. Roseroot and valerian hang, drying in bunches from the rafters, and freshly gathered St. John's wort is on the table. So I guess we have some idea of what these are. Great. So here's the meaning of the card. Although adventure and excitement are necessary ingredients in life, we also need periods of peace and calm. Oases in our busy lives. Drawing this card in a reading may mean that you should create such a time for yourself now. Retreats are important, and they are part of every practice, spiritual practice. And in Druidry, these can include visiting the old sacred sites, walking the old tracks, but wherever you are, you can take a retreat. Even if you are busy, See if you can withdraw from your schedule for several hours, during which time no one disturbed you, and you treat yourself to whatever will help you find calm. Better still is a longer retreat, several days or more, in a setting in or close to nature. Taking such a break will give your body and soul a chance to catch up with each other and to find balance once again. I wanted to read the description, but really the card is generally self-explanatory. It's about restoration. And then we have borage here, and underneath that we have yarrow. I don't feel like I need to read these too deeply. What this is essentially saying, let me look at borage. I think borage is about calm and really just taking the edge off. I think that's what borage is about. It's the restoration of inner strength. Yes, that's what it's about. Courage, inner strength, the ability to let go of what was and to move forward and to not chastise yourself for every shortcoming. And yarrow is about, in this deck, it's about virility, but also alignment with one's inner truth. So in one way, you could say it's integrity. Integrity is about, generally about actions aligning with words, etc., etc., etc. So there's a restoration here, there's a peace period, and you take however long you need with that. That's really what's coming through here, okay? So with borage and restoration. Essentially, your sense of emotional abundance is being restored at this time, and you take however long you need. That's what I have to say about that. I don't know, maybe someone here feels, not just that there's no need to rush, but maybe even going beyond that. Maybe they feel insecure, like the ground will fall out from underneath them, like if you're not constantly on top of things, constantly giving and draining yourself, that you won't get what you need or what you want. Well, none of those things are true, okay? And if you don't take a break, you'll burn out, and then you really will have to stop what you're doing. Okay, so, but I won't go down that road any further because, yeah. Postponement, okay. What I'm getting here from these cards is that there's a splitting between the body, mind, and heart, and the soul. So 4 levels of existence, really. So 4 layers of existing. There's a separation here because of exhaustion. And there's a need to rest and take however, that might be weeks. For some of you, it might be months. You need to be okay with that. And what this is going to do is, this is an important part of the spiritual practice, the rest, because it will give your inner voice and your inspiration a chance to rise within you, which is where the aloneness card is here. That's what this is about. So there's no deadline, there's no rush, you're not being left behind. In a lot of spiritual practices, sometimes I see statements like, oh, that's it, it's over, the window is open now, but if you wait 24 hours and it's closed. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. I just don't. Yeah, this isn't the QVC channel, so I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I don't agree with those statements from people, so bless them, but I'm saying, like, here, we have the redemption card, this is the Queen of Cups in this deck. This is the restoration of an inner abundance that you kind of need if you're going to do anything meaningful and joyful and fulfilling in your life. And you want to attract love and all these things. Taking action from a mental space is not necessarily going to yield what it is that is going to feed you. I need to say that to somebody. If you need to stop for weeks or months and just live your life, then you just do that. Just do it. You don't need permission. Like, yeah, grace. There you go. Maybe give yourself the grace, but also maybe you need to take a pit stop in your eternal journey, right? Like we say, like, oh, so happy to serve you on your journey, or, as you work on your journey doesn't have an end point. It's going to constantly change. It's eternal. So take a pit stop. And again, there's something here about internal abundance leading to fulfillment and more abundance of all kinds, really. Because when you act from a place of joy and fulfillment, you're going to naturally have more of an impetus. So an impetus is the desire, the drive to kind of keep going, to want something. It's not something you need to discipline yourself into wanting. You're just going to want it because you inherently are happy doing it and you feel fulfilled doing it. So there's something here with that for sure. I think these are, it's not just something here with that, these are core principles. You really need this. Yeah, oh my god, how amazing. We got the courage card. And then we have the outsider. This wanted to come out before. I feel like with this no thingness card, which is the number 5, you I feel like, how do I want to word this? You can, it's like whatever was is over. It's really over. I know that might be hard to believe, but it really is. And maybe for a time it might take you a while for you to believe that it's really done. Like whatever was is done. Nothing's coming up for you. You're not walking into any karmic whatever. That's not what's happening here. None of that's happening. Somebody in here needs to feel safe. That's what's happening here. Somebody here needs to feel safe, cared for, and nourished. And you can take however long you need, weeks, months, whatever you need. Even, yeah, it could be more than months, right? But there's a courage here, and that's the restoration of your soul's desire and belief and faith in goodness, in abundance, in being provided for, in being cared for, in feeling worthy of you being receiving just by being you and existing, and doing things that maybe are not like huge spiritual stuff, you know? So you can kind of, because this is part of spiritual practice. Spirituality is living consciously. Spirituality is coherence between all the layers of being. So the soul, the mind, the heart, the body. It's not one destination. It's the practice of just living that way and doing what works for you. Somebody needs to hear this. Yeah, okay. We have the sun and the star here that wanted to come out with the 6 of Swords in the angel deck. And the protection card underneath that. Somebody here, and then we have the redemption card. Okay, I'm not going to pull all these because that would be like selectively pulling. But these energies are here. We have the King of Cups. Yeah. Somebody here really needs to like understand that it's okay. It's okay to want what you're feeling inside of you and not to keep pressuring yourself. And that maybe, another thing I want to say is maybe you're at a pit stop where, what if you take a pit stop in your life and all the things you want show up anyway without you doing anything about it? Imagine that. How nice that would be, where you don't have to take planned action every 2 seconds and the universe meets you where you're at. That's kind of nice, don't you think? How amazing that would be. You don't have to constantly like bleed for every little thing. Like, what if the universe met you where you're at? Somebody needs to hear that. Somebody needs to hear that they're safe. Yeah. Yeah. Why did this three of wands come up reversed? Was the Justice card? Why did this come up reversed? Oh, this wants to come up reversed. Something's being resolved for you. Yeah, something's being resolved for you. You know, they say sometimes you let something go and let the universe work it out. This is kind of what's here. I'm getting you're being protected from issues that are not yours to work through or work out. Not because other people are bad or whatever, but if someone needs to clean their room, you don't need to do it with them. Just let them clean their room. And you wait till tomorrow. You know, kind of deal. I'm not saying literally wait till tomorrow, but it's that kind of deal where it's like, okay, just let them clean their room. Nothing bad is happening. They just need to do it. Right? So that's what I'm seeing here with this. Yeah, there's kind of a peace here. Relish that peace. Enjoy that peace. Nothing's running away from you. Can I get more on this 3 of Wands? Another thing I want to say, this came up as an impulse. Stop throwing yourself into everyone's messes. Like, someone has a mess, you just throw yourself in it. What are you doing? Oh, this and this happened. Oh, I saw something. Someone said something. La la la. Oh, somebody sneezed near me. Somebody, whatever. I saw someone random that I've never met. They had a tummy ache, and now my mood is shifted. Like your state of being, your emotional stability should not be tied to external events. Yeah, it's not great that sometimes there are difficulties, and sure, we want to help, but if your emotional state is contingent upon saving every little thing that's happening in the world, you're going to fry yourself in very quickly. And that's probably why the restoration card has come up here, to just stop. Yeah. And know that you're supported and that there's love and that everyone's going to get what they need. It doesn't have to come from you. Right? I mean, again, in showing up in life, we help others, but you don't need to put out fires everywhere. I need to kind of say that to somebody. You don't need to put out fires anywhere to be good, to be worthy, to be, and by good I mean empathic, loving, caring, providing, protecting. Like, somebody here is feeling like they constantly need to do that in order to be worthy of existing. I think you need to stop with that. Yeah. You need to stop with that. You need to restore your emotions, your inner being. You have to, because a lot of emotion cards are coming up, and restoration, and I think more importantly, when you do things for others, it should be fulfilling. It should be in line with what you like doing, because there's always places to kind of improve and help people. So it should be like at any point in time. So you should be taking action when you're ready to, even in small ways, based on things that fulfill you, that speak to you, that speak to your heart, that speak to what you want to do. But I'm not saying now go do that, because this reading is about you stopping. Just stop. Just do what you need to do and live your life, and you can stop. Yeah. There's a time for balance, and there's a time for, like, focusing on yourself, and this will be deeply nourishing and healing for you. You really need this. There's a healthy level of attention. I don't want to say selfishness or self-centeredness, but like attention and tending to yourself. Like, this is what's needed right now. Yeah. You're already in a new cycle, new cycles, plural, and life is cyclical in and of itself. So there's no time. That's the thing. A cycle doesn't have a time limit on it. You just live your life. The universe is helping you. It's supporting you. Somebody here needs to hear that. This is like the 4th time I'm saying it, which maybe you need to hear it 4 times. The universe will support you and help you. And acts of love that you do for others will just come naturally to you, and they won't drain you. And you won't do it out of a fear of not being good enough, or not being up to speed or up to par to some kind of certain level of whatever, you know? Yeah, there's a need here for restoration. There's one last message that needs to come through here. One last message. For some of you, there needs to be, like, spirit will help you reach a certain level of stability. They're going to help you. They're establishing you. You deserve this. It's for you. You need it. And so, stability in the physical realm. Yeah. The right connections. I'm getting commitments are going to be big. Yeah, commitments are going to be big. So, you already have worked on and are working on understanding and aligning with the kind of commitment and stability that you need to achieve in order to match the opportunities and what they're giving versus what they're asking from you. Yes. What's this about? The universe is gonna. Okay, this might be part of why you need to be focused on your restoration, because the universe is gonna keep clearing things that don't work for you out of your life. It's gonna keep doing that, and that might be really jarring for you energetically. It might not make any logical sense why you're not feeling stable or emotionally safe or emotionally fulfilled. It's because things that are not matching what you need or what's for you will just be removed and given to others, and then new things that do match where you're at will be given to you, and it's going to happen slowly, and some days you might feel unstable and really anxious and you might not know why. It's probably because the energy that's going on is you feeling all those things shifting and you're feeling insecure. Yeah, but don't worry, they're giving you everything you need. Like, you're worried for nothing. It's okay. It's okay. I get that, but you don't need to, like, you don't need to be in that place where you're feeling that way. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I love this. This is a great way to end the reading. I'm going to end the reading here. So these two medicines, in this context, and considering their meaning, it's kind of huge. So raccoon is the giver. It's the protector and the giver. So this is spirit, and this is the universe in general. It's also physical people that are going to be like, hey, you matter, you need here. Like, and also you showing up in exchanges, right? This is going to be very fulfilling for you to see that you don't need to, like, constantly self-sacrifice in order to be worthy and deserving of care, love, stability, and consideration, and even protection for some of you. Some of you don't feel safe, so maybe that's what's needed here. And then turtle is about, talk about stability. Turtle is the medicine of stability. It's actually the 10 of Pentacles in this deck for me. So this is about stability, security, commitments, feeling supported, cared for, provided for, all those things. And turtle doesn't believe it needs to do something to be worthy of it. It just does what it naturally does, and it's fine. It acts in love and everything's fine. So some of you here need a reminder that you don't need to constantly be running around wiping the walls in order to be deserving. So that's today's reading. I'm going to end it here. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching this. And if this brought you some kind of peace, then it did it did what it needed to. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a great week. I'll see you in the next reading.